Hey guys, Kyle here. The truth is, selling courses on the internet has become one of the most popular ways to make a massive amount of income in a very short amount of time. Also, this coupled with the fact that you're basically just selling your ideas and your general knowledge about a topic means that this is pretty easy for almost anybody out there to get started with. But one of the big questions that I keep seeing everybody continue to ask me is, how do you build a course? What platform do you use? How do you get customers? And how do you do the other important things that goes into that? Inside of today's video, I'm going to be breaking down step by step the best way to go about doing this, specifically using the website called Sensei LMS. This is basically an info product sales engine that you can install directly inside of your WordPress account, meaning that you can take your existing website and turn it into a course selling platform. This is a huge advantage, especially when you compare it to other options and services that are available. So in this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about this process. So without further ado, let's get into it. One of the first things I'm going to recommend that you guys do is head down to that link down in the description to get started by downloading this software in the first place. You'll also need to have a Hostinger account. That way you can have a WordPress website that you can install this plugin onto in the first place. Once you hit that link down in the description for Sensei, you should be taken to a page that looks something like this one. As you can see here, in order to get started with them, we simply click on the Get Sensei Today button, which will take us to their pricing page. Now, as you can see, you can get started with Sensei completely for free, and you don't even need to put in a credit card. You can basically just download their entire software suite without having to worry about paying anything. The only time you'll actually need to pay for stuff is if you want some of their more advanced features. Things like interactive videos, flashcards, quiz questions, and other things that are also beneficial at these higher pricing tiers. But for the sake of this video, and most of you out there aren't going to need to pay, you can just go with the free option. You'll hit that download button, which will download this folder onto your desktop where you can start uploading this into your WordPress website. Now, the next critical step is going to be going into your WordPress website and installing this plugin. As you can see here, we're inside of Hostinger right now, and this is where we're going to be installing onto our WordPress site. You might have a regular WordPress website already existing, which is totally okay. This process should work the exact same way. In my opinion, Hostinger is one of the cheapest and easiest ways to get started doing this, especially hosting a WordPress website. So I'd highly recommend giving this specific service a shot. Now, the first thing you're going to do is head up to the right and click on this Add Website button. Once we click on the Add Website button, we can choose from a couple of different options here, but we want to go ahead and choose our WordPress option. Once we choose that WordPress option, it'll take a few seconds and it will start taking us through a guided setup wizard, which will show us step by step what we need to do to start building our WordPress website. We'll just go ahead and hit the X button here, which will take us to the next part, where we can choose either if we want to build our website with artificial intelligence, or we can go ahead and use some of their pre-built websites or themes that they have available. For this specific tutorial, we'll just go ahead and use one of their pre-built templates. I'll hit the X button here, which will take me to the template page where I can choose a bunch of their beautifully made templates that we can start using. Now, because we're doing a course website and we're going to be selling courses, I'm not really going to go for those classic e-commerce style templates. We're going to choose something that's more in line with digital products. There's a bunch of stuff we can choose from here. I'm going to just go ahead, for the sake of this video and for time purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one right here, which is basically a language tutor website. This should work good for a course program. I'll then click on the Use This Website button, and then it will offer me a bunch of plugins that I can add here. Now, you're not actually going to be adding Sensei inside of this part right yet. You're going to be waiting till you get after this part to actually install the plugins, so don't worry about doing anything here. I'll go ahead and hit that Next button, which will take me to the domain page, which I can pick any of these domains that I want to use inside of this Hostinger page. Also, there's the option to use a temporary domain if you don't really know what your domain is going to be yet. Once you do that, it will take a few seconds to install your WordPress website and start building it completely from scratch. Also, just for a quick tip here, if you guys don't know what to put on your website or how to build a course program, I'd highly recommend using artificial intelligence along with your own ideas and your own knowledge to build an amazing course program. You can hop into ChatGPT and say something like, create a outline for a course program about running a barber shop business, and then hit the enter button. Make sure you're on O3 so it thinks the most, and then it will give you a super helpful outline to start building your course program completely from scratch. Plus, it'll even give you some extra helpful tips that you can include inside of your course, so that way people are getting the most value possible. And boom, just like that, it output a complete course outline for me that I can pull any info that I think looks helpful and edit to my actual course, so that way I can help my actual users as much as possible. Let's head back over to that WordPress WordPress website though, we're at 90%. We're almost done loading here. And then once this is fully loaded, we can actually upload our plugin finally. And just like that, we're ready to go and we're officially inside of our WordPress dashboard. Now, the next big step here to actually get started with Sensei LMS is installing the plugin. Now, in order to actually upload the Sensei LMS plugin to your WordPress website, you're going to have to go ahead and click on the WordPress logo, hit the Leave Site button because it'll prompt you to do that, which will take you to the WordPress H panel or WordPress dashboard, which is basically where you can make kind of bulk changes to your website. And it's a little easier to just kind of dig through and make changes. Now, first thing we're going to do is scroll down to the very bottom here where it says plugins. We'll click on the plugins tab, which will take us to this part right here. And then as you can see, the first thing we need to do is actually upload our new plugin, which we'll do so by clicking on this add plugin button right here. Once I click on that button, all I have to do is then go ahead and click on the upload plugin button, which will be right there. Now we can either upload that folder directly into our website, but one of the easiest ways to do that is by simply just searching for this plugin in the first place. You'll go ahead into the search box here and type in Sensei. And as you can see, the first thing will pop up is the Sensei LMS online courses, quizzes, and learning plugin. We'll go ahead and hit the install now button, which will then obviously install it onto our WordPress site. As you can see, it's fully done. All I have to do now is hit the activate button. Once I hit that activate button, it will then take a short little second here to get everything set up. And then it will walk me through a quick little setup wizard here, which will include the onboarding process and how you can do this. We'll hit the get started button, which will then ask us a couple of questions just about what we're planning on doing, what kind of courses we're planning on providing, and just some important details about the type of business that you're trying to do. You'll also have the option to choose your themes here, which can be very helpful, especially if you want your WordPress website and the Sensei LMS actual plugin itself to work together much more seamlessly. This makes things just look a lot better. You can even have the option to keep your current theme, but I'll go ahead and go with the course theme just because it's built specifically for e-learning websites. And then it will take me to the final part here where we just need to sign up to know about new features. Once again, you can skip the newsletter part. And as you can see, it's applying our choices, installing WooCommerce so we can actually make money from our course sales and doing everything else that is important when it comes to actually building this course platform in the first place. And boom, just like that, we officially have our course platform ready to go with the Sensei plugin completely set up. Next big step here is going to be creating our first course, and they even give us a helpful little checklist here that we can kind of go down and go through, making sure that we're not missing anything. I'll go ahead and click on the create your first course option, which will take me to the create course page. And the best part about this is that this is fully integrated within WordPress, so it's super easy to get started with this. Now for the course title here, you're going to simply just type in whatever your course title will be. I'll say it is the barber course that we did the outline for earlier in ChatGPT. So I'll just call this a barber mastery or something like that. And then short course description, barber business course. Again, you can make this much more complicated. Use ChatGPT to write up stuff for that. It's going to be much easier and you'll have much better descriptions that'll look a lot more professional. Hit the continue button here, and then you can actually start selling with them with the $179 plan here. But if you go with the free one, you don't have to worry about this. You'll still be able to sell courses. This is just for their maximum amount of support and features. That way you can have that, but you can continue with the free option to continue building your course. We'll then click the course layout, which we can choose from any of these here. I'm going to go ahead and just go with the basic course layout here. And basically what we can do is scroll down here to the course outline, which of course is ultimately giving us a course outline as it says. And then once you actually say, hey, wait, I want to start setting up my actual courses, the simplest way to go about doing that is clicking into this course outline and clicking on this little part right here, which is the course actual blank part, and then start updating your lessons by simply just typing in whatever you want to type in here. One of the beauties of WordPress is that it is fully drag and drop and extremely customizable. So it's super easy to make any changes that you can think of relatively smoothly. Also, there's tons of other options on the right side here if you want to make any updates to those. These are ultimately going to be very helpful if you're trying to make things look a lot more sleek or professional. Also, there's the ability to add a new module or lesson at the bottom here by clicking on this plus icon. As you can see, we can add lessons, existing lessons, or even a new video module, which can contain things like video tutorials or step-by-step guides. And then inside of the module, you can name it things like barber invoices or whatever you can think of. Add a module description to that, add lessons, and then add any content you want to add inside of those lessons. That way people can actually give value from the course that you're providing. And honestly, that's pretty much it. It's super easy to use. And as you can see, very user-friendly, even if you're a complete beginner and you don't have a lot of experiences with things like building websites or understanding how to work this kind of software. It's super easy, and I highly recommend that guys give it a try completely for free by using those links down in the description. Make sure to get signed up with Hostinger to build your WordPress website, and make sure to get started with Sensei LMS so that way you can combine the two and create an awesome course selling platform. Also, please remember that the links down in the description could be affiliate links and we could monetarily benefit from them at no extra cost to you. So thank you in advance for supporting more videos like this one. If you guys have any questions about this, make sure to comment them down in the comment section. Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. And thank you so much for watching in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.